All right, Brian from Garage Mahal. We got a lot going on today, but main thing I'm going to show you guys today is the 2007 Honda Accord. Actually doing a tune-up on this, which is going through replacing the spark plugs, the coils, and the air filter, which I haven't even tackled yet on this type of car, but pretty much the same as everything else. But anyway, a couple things you'll need. A 10mm socket. You can probably almost take the entire car apart with that. And I say that about most import cars because they try to be a little bit friendly. But anyway, the coils and the plugs are underneath here. The car, I believe, has 170,000 miles. And to the best of my knowledge, it's actually the original spark plugs and coil packs that are in here. And they started getting some engine codes kind of related to some O2 sensor issues and stuff. But definitely probably the coil packs and the plug are the main culprit there. Well, it looks like my little tool is having some trouble here today, so we'll go back with the manual socket to break them loose a little bit, because if they've been in there for 170-something thousand miles, they're probably yeah, they weren't too bad. Just break them loose with that. Then we'll use this. I think the battery is, well, battery looks pretty good. Anyway, so this little cover is going to be where all your coils are, and see how that little stub stayed in there. Not a big deal, but let's put that over there. One way I would take that out, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So anyway, you have a bunch of bolts to go through here. Oh, we're going to have to get that stud out. I basically got a 10mm deep socket, and we put that on there, took that right out. That little centerpiece is supposed to come out, but it looks like it's pretty well in there, but that's okay. We'll just leave it on there. We'll keep that over there, and that's gonna be one of the coil bolts that goes down to hold the coils in. But anyway, this is basically all your coils, and you got to plug in each little cavity. So you got a 10mm bolt on each. We took these two out because they're part of the center cap, so we can get the rest of these out. All right, so that's going to be your number one. And that's your number two. So we'll leave them over there. Make sure we just remember what order we put everything in. And then these coils, they've been in here a while, so hopefully they will come out pretty easy. Okay, good. And then it's got a little snap here on the side. And you're basically just pulling that out, and then your coil comes right out. Okay, so that coil's been in there a long time, so it is garbage. Okay, next you're gonna need a 5/8 spark plug wrench that's got the little rubber gasket in there. And then you're going to need an extension to get all the way down. You get that plug removed. And then put it down, and you'll feel it grip. And then clockwise. And yeah, that sucker's been in there a while. Okay. So to expedite this whole process, I need more tool trays. All right. We'll put this little, and then we get that. Oops. I was afraid that was going to happen. She came loose. So let's grab a really long extended plier and put down there. And we got her. Now let's see what that looks like. And that is a one fried spark plug. Okay. So also, well, we'll save that to show the customer, but I like taking a picture just so you can see how the core is down to a nub on there. So it was getting a really bad spark. So I'll take a picture for the customer so the customer can see what fun we had. Okay. And then that's your new plug we're putting in. And I like to use an old coil to kind of go down into the well. And then you can kind of get the first couple threads going. Usually. Yep, okay. And we'll probably have to cut that little end off. Need something a little bit deeper. But with that, then you are going to use a regular 5/8 deep socket. And why you don't want to use the one with the gasket on it is because when you get that down there, that little rubber seal, it's going to make such a good seal that you are not going to be able to and you just want to get it. That first crank, I normally only use regular sockets on that, but cheat a little bit today. Alright, we'll get it down there and we'll torque it by hand. Just sometimes it gets a little monotonous spinning that back and forth all the time. Okay, so that is your first plug in, and then your new coil, nice and shiny. Compare that to the old one. Big difference. You can see how basically beat and burnt that looks. So good thing we finally got around to changing these things. It needed it really bad. Okay, and they should kind of slip right on top. And they should kind of make a decent fit on top there. And then, like I said, put the screw down. I think this was one of the end ones. Let's see how far down we are, because it should, the thread should start. Okay, I think we're good there. We'll get back to our 10 millimeter. Let's use our other little ratchet here. Alright, so good. It's nice and down on there. And then we put the little plug back on. Till you hear it snap. Or wiggle around. Okay, there. You didn't hear it snap, but it's in place. Okay, next one. That one comes up. And we undo that little snap. That's one more down and dead. Right. We'll use the 5/8. Let's get another extension to make things a little bit quicker and easier. All right. Okay. Get her. I think that's it. Oh, we'll have to go in there with the long needle nose pliers again. Well, she don't want to come out. All right. Get a little bit of a thinner needle nose. I think this will work a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so again, that one is really fried. Amazed me. Now, normally you would have the gap plugs. These are, the newer ones tend to come pre-gapped, so that's a good thing. So you don't have to muss and fuss around with that. This well is just a little bit deeper than most, but that still works out pretty good. Alright, let's switch that to the regular. So just go nice and easy. We'll do it by hand to twerk it out completely. Okay, that's good and snug. Alright, we'll get the other coil. And yeah, you can bring stuff closer to you, but I like walking back and forth because then I can kind of eat what I want. And if you see that coil wire, because they're so brittle, that one broke. So let's get that down in that well. And then we'll get this on here. Okay, that should make a good tight fit. And we'll put the cover back on. That should slip down into its little spot. Okay, then this one is loose. Okay. Again, that one is garbage. And we'll get the new old plug out, I mean. Man, those suckers, they don't want to come out today. Alright. Another fried plug. Alright, go down. Grab. 5/8 socket. Okay, that's good. Okay, nice and tight. Yep. How many times have we done that in our lifetime? Quite a bit. All right. So, another new coil. Okay. All right. Good. Get this one up. All right. Good. That one's garbage. Let's get that last plug out. They don't like coming out today. loose? Maybe not. There we go. Okay. Just wasn't quite loose enough. Alright. Last fried plug. These are so bad. Okay. Last plug. Quick turn. Okay. Nope. Alright, that's in. Good. Won't need that anymore. Put the extension, we'll tighten her down. Like I said, you want them snug, you don't want them He-Man tight. A lot of guys like to crank those things down, and then the next guy is just hating everybody trying to get that out. Alright, so last coil. A lot of these need some good push downs, like big contact. Okay, I think we're about there. Now, we're going to use this as kind of a lineup to where we got to put those other screws at. Alright, so we know these go down in the back, so that's your one coil. So these two we can put down. Oop, tangled the end wire. So that's regular. It's got to get another little 10mm bolt right there. So we'll put that one down in place. Okay, good. So that one bottomed out pretty good. Put that there. Now we're going to have this little stub. It's going to go down. And then we're going to have to remove this one, because we got all sorts of problems going on here. Alright. So that should be another 10mm. Yep. Oops. And she's on there good. All right. Those two, and then this one we are going to have to break off. Let's turn this little shop light on. So these are the fun things about mechanics. You always get a fun little thing that you got to work through. There we go. Broke that one free. Okay. That one went there. All right, we'll need a 10mm. Be nice if I had it on the right way. All right. sure these are snug. Okay, that's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. All right. And that is all there is to that. Let's put the cover back on. Sits just like that. And I almost forgot these. I was wondering where they went. All right. So put that little nut there. That one there. And that goes there. And that goes there. It all fits nice and snugly. Alright, that's all there is to that. Next, we're going to get into the air filter, but if you don't want to watch that next part, thanks for watching and subscribing. As always, much appreciated. And next, let's get into this air filter. And one thing I forgot to bring over. Let's go on the other side of garage and hall. And did I mention we have a couple things going on this weekend here? Okay. And then it's going to be a mass airflow cleaner right here. So while we're in there, we're going to get that little sensor a quick spray. I'll show you where that is and what it does. And the mass airflow sensor is right there. That's going to be the last thing we do. First is we're going to get the air filter out. And this is just a bunch of screws. Hopefully I'm getting the angle right for everybody. And there's one that's way down yonder. These are always, for whatever reason, more difficult to get into than they should be. But kind of squeeze in there. Kind of get your hand in. Alright, so that's the old air filter. You can see some built up dirt and everything. Make sure we got the orientation right. Make sure we got the right air filter too. So nice and clean. Okay, so that one the garbage. All right, let's put this sucker down in there. And that sits right on top. Make sure you don't catch the battery cable. All right. It's a matter of retightening all the screws. Torque that a little bit. And that one will screw all the way down there. Okay, so that's good. So the mass airflow sensor is here, and I like to open it up. That's a tiny screw I don't want to lose. All right. Let's disconnect this. Sometimes you can squeeze them out with a harness without removing the harness. Okay, here we go. So that is your mass airflow sensor, and believe it or not, that is all that little piece that's in there that needs to be cleaned. So what I like to do is just give it a quick squirt And that's it. That's clean. This stuff works great. Mass airflow sensor cleaner. And make sure you only use mass airflow sensor, because if you use anything else, it can dissolve plastic and all that other nasty stuff in there. But anyway, that's all that's really measuring your air. Air goes in, and then that gives a reading on that. So, oh, put it on backwards. Okay. Reconnect the harness. Make it crack in place. And then these little itty bitty tiny screws. And like I said, it's always good to clean that, because that's something that I always see get neglected, is the airflow, mass airflow, and it analyzes how hot and cold the air is, how much oxygen's in there, so your whole system can work properly. Anyway, so that was it. That is your complete tune-up on this Honda. Hopefully you found some stuff useful, found some tricks. Leave comments in the bottom, and as always, thanks for watching and subscribing to Garage Mahal. It's under my name, Brian E. Niskola, but thanks for watching. Be safe out there.